Welcome you back, all the participants, on this 5 days faculty development program on robotics. So now we are having a lecture of Professor Dr. Raj Hakani sir. So I would like to request Ms. Tanya for the brief introduction of the sir. Over to you, dear.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for having me. Dr. Raj Hakani sir is working as an assistant professor in PG MCNT GTU Graduate School of Engineering and Technology GSET. He has total 7 years of teaching experience. He has completed his undergraduation in Electronics and Communication branch from LDRP ITR Gujarat University, Ahmedabad in 2007. Also, his post-graduation is in Electronics and Communication from Nirma University, Ahmedabad in 2014. He has started his PhD from IIT RAM, Ahmedabad in robotics domain. He was assistant professor in Electronics and Communication at Silver Oak College Engineering and Technology, Ahmedabad during 2014 and 15. Total 7 postgraduate and 23 undergraduate students have completed their dissertation work under his guidance. He has published more than 13 research papers in various international conferences and journals in the areas of robotics, antenna, and RF microwave. Currently, he is handling SSIP, Student Startup Innovation Polity, which is funded by Government of Gujarat. Also, he is handling Design Innovation Center at Gujarat Technology University, funded by the Government of India. He is also handling Bosch Center of Excellence, Community Innovation and Co-Creation Center, Robotics Center and Automation Center of GTU. He has completed 10 sponsored projects funded by various funding agencies. For his achievements, he has received Top 5 Mentor Award across India for the month of December 2019 and May 20 by Atal Innovation Mission, Government of India. He has also received Young Achievement Award by JSVS. He has been appointed as a mentor for SSIP, funded by the Government of Gujarat, and AIC and DIC, funded by Government of India. He has provided honorary services to CN English Medium School, Ambavadi, Anand School of Excellence, Bhopal, and Navkar Public School for Atal Tinkering Lab, which is a lab set up by the Government of India under Atal Innovation Mission. Now, I would like to welcome Dr. Raj Hakani sir to guide us with his knowledge. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am, to give a nice introduction of me. Today I am taking the sessions on the interfacing of the various type of the sensors with the microcontroller. So we are doing not too much theory, but we will do the session on the hands-on sessions. So basically, okay, so my screen is visible. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So you are comfortable in Hindi or English or?
For English.
Okay. So first of all, what do you mean by the sensor? What do you mean by the sensor? And how many sensors you know? Anyone? In the robotics field, so if you are developing a robot, so there are many type of the sensors are available for driving the robots. So many actuators are using, but
yes, sir.
Exclusively sessions is for the sensor. So can you please elaborate what do you mean by the sensor?
Yes, sir. So myself Akash from Mayo College Ajmer, and I teach robotics to my students. And I know that what about the sensor, there are some many types of sensors are there. One of the ultrasonic sensor, which is used for the sound, which work on the working principle on the sound waves. It's a ultrasonic waves, and it reflect from any object, then receive from by the receiver. So it's an ultrasonic sensor. It's using for the obstacle avoiding also. And other types is the IR sensor. That's working. There is the two types of sensor. One of the photodiode and one of the IR.
Okay.
Am I right, sir?
Yeah, you are absolutely right.
Okay, sir.
So we can say that the sensor is just sending some signal to the environment, and on the receiving signal, it will pass this message to the controller board, and we can say that to do the different type of the work. So basically, I can say in the technical words, a sensor is a transducer. Simple in a one word, I can say that sensor is a transducer. So what is the function of the transducer? Transducer is convert the one type of the signal into the another type of the signal. So basically, particular in sensors, it will convert the signal into the electrical form. But whatever it will receive, so it will receive the signal from the light form, sound wave, and particular that signal it will be converted into the electrical signal, and it will pass to the controller board. So I can say that the sensor is a transducer which can convert the one type of the signal into the another type of the signal. So there are the characteristic of the sensor is a total 4 type of the characteristic. So first is a active sensor and the passive sensor. Second one is the digital sensor and the analog sensor. Third one is the null and deflection method. Fourth one is the input and output configurations. So basically, most of the sensors are we can divide in the characteristic form of the active signal and the passive signal, and digital and analog. So practically, when we are using the sensor, so we are looking into we are focusing into these two type of the characteristic. One is the active sensor or the passive sensor, and second one is the digital sensor or the analog signal. So can anyone elaborate what do you mean by the active sensor and what do you mean by the passive sensor? If you know about something about sensors, or if you have already taken the session in your school or in your colleges. So can you some elaborate?
Sir, can I please?
Yes, please.
Sir, active sensors are those which are do not taking any kind of energy with them, and which are not consuming any energy. And passive sensors are those which are absorbing some energy and then they are responding.
Yeah, exactly, perfect answer. The active sensors. So we can say in the single language, for the active sensors, the external power supply is required, and for the passive sensors, the output power is almost entire provided by the measurement of the signal without any external supply. So basically, we can say that for the active sensor we have to provide the power supply, and for the passive sensor we are not providing any power supply. So what do you mean by the analog sensor and what do you mean by the digital sensor? एनालॉग और डिजिटल के बीच में अगर आप कोई भी सेंसर्स के बारे में आप डिफरेंस बता सकते हैं, क्योंकि दिस आर द पैरामीटर्स फॉर चूजिंग द सेंसर्स. आप प्लीज.
Sir, analog sensor is a LDR.
Okay.
LDR and ultrasonic sensor also work like analog and digital both types.
Okay.
And the digital sensors are like gas sensor, PIR sensor, motion sensor, and
you are talking about you are giving the example of the sensors. My question is, what do you mean by the analog type of the sensors and digital type of the sensor? So you are saying that the LDR is the analog sensor. So
yes,
why
sir,
it is the analog sensor? Yeah. Why it is the analog sensor?
Sir, because it's take some values in analog forms.
Okay.
The values is very depend on the environment.
Okay. So basically, I can say that the sensor, the output of the sensor is proportional to the some measured value, and for the digital sensors, it will work on the binary type of the reading. So it will be a zero. So basically, when you are choosing the sensor, so there are the one important point is that if you need some uh, range type of the, or you have to work on the range or value, then you have to choose the analog type of the sensors, and the values doesn't matter for you, but you have to just work on the output of the sensors. Then you have to choose the digital type of the sensors, because it will give you the reason in zeros or one, or in the form of low and high. So this is the second characteristic of the sensors. So basically, we are dividing the sensors in a multiple way. So it will be, we can discuss it on the later on slide, and what are the physical principles, how the sensor will work. We will discuss this on the later on the slide. So basically, I have already told what is the definition of the sensors, but we are divided the sensor in this particular phenomena. So acoustic sensors, so wave sensors and spectrums, or the velocity. So particular these sensors are available in the market, or we are using this physical quantity or physical principle of the sensors, and we are developing the sensors. So for example, in the first wave or amplitude and phase and polarization. So particular these sensors are using in the industrial, industrials. Wave velocities, particular these sensors are using for the robotics purpose. We can say that the IMU type of the sensors, if we are measuring the internal measurement unit, or particular what are the internal measurement of the robot. For example, what is the, how many distance your robot has been traveled, what is the velocity of your robot, what is the acceleration of your robot, what is the current positions of your robot. So this type of the parameters, if we have to measure, then this type of the internal measurement unit or IMU type of the sensors are using. Some biological and chemical type of the sensors are particularly used in the industrials, as well as in some minute type of the projects. So particularly gas and liquid type of the sensors, so many sensors are available. MQ2, MQ3, MQ4, MQ5, MQ135. Generally, we are using the MQ135 because it will give the, it will measure the 4 type of the gases, and particularly we are measuring the small type of the project, mini projects for the air pollution monitoring systems. Particular that time, this type of the sensors are particularly used. Quantity, the electrical type of the signal. So when the signal is work on the voltage or charge, current or electrical any form, phase, amplitude or polarization or conductivity or permittivity. So this type of the sensors are using for the some electrical type of the sensors. So I am giving the some example, that is the ACS 712. So particular this type of the sensor are using to measure the live for the live current measurement. How much live current will, or how many voltage are currently passing on the live wire. So for using this type of the sensors, you can do some mini type of the projects, like your energy meter reading type of the project. So you have in your home or in your office, there are some electrical or your electricity measurement boards are available. So you can develop your own electrical measurement unit board by your using yourself, using this type of the sensor, as well as using the IoT. So magnetic sensors, it will be used for the some magnetic type of the flux or permittivity measurement. This sensor is available for the, we can say that the Hall effect sensors are also available. If you are developing some devices to find out the metal detector, so particular that time this type of the sensors are using. Optical type of the sensor, refractive index and refractivity. Particularly theoretical funda is depend on the lights and reflectivity and the absorption type of the theory. And particular this theoretical fundamental we are using to capture the or to measurement the distance. We are also using this sensor for the distance measurement. Sometimes we are transmitting the or radio infrared light to the environment, and we are receiving the signal, but through the we are putting the fiber optical glass to receive this type of the signal. So for the filter signal, so particularly that time we are using this type of the sensor. In the market there are so many sensors are available, but the particular sensors are too costly. Temperature sensors are also available to measure the environment temperatures. So many temperature sensors are available. LM35, LM335, LM34. We can use the thermocouples are also available. J-type, K-type. We are also studying this their particular theory into the theoretical portions. Mechanical sensors are also available. We are doing practical hands-on on the IR sensor, ultrasonic sensors, PIR sensor, gas sensor, and the tilt sensors right now. So I am just I am showing the one figure. So you can say that which particular which sensors these are. ये कौन सा sensors है? Can anyone say that? I am showing one figure, and you can say that which sensor is this? You are saying that the yellow, blue colors and yellow light is blinking. So which
Sir,
sensor is
magnetic
this?
wave sensor.
Okay, magnetic
wave
sensor.
sensor.
Yes, you can say that. When the south pole or north pole are coming to the nearby the sensors, then the sensor will give you the indications. Anyone? Yeah, ma'am. Anyone can answer. Mantu sir, Prema sir. Okay.
So it can be optical sensor also.
It can be an optical sensor, yes. Any other answers? Can we say that this is the distance measurement sensor? If I want to use this sensor for the distance measurement, I'm just assuming that what are the questions I am asking? These are some logical type of the questions. You can think by yourself. Assume that this is the round shape are your robotics wheel, and I have put this some encoder type of the sensors, and it will measure the how many rotations your wheel has been rotate. So based on that, I can measure the how many distance my robot has been traveled. So can I say that this is the distance measurement sensor? Okay. So second figure I am showing that I have put one sensor here and doing some gesture type of the activity here, and on the back end side my waveform has been changed. So can you say that which type of the sensors these are?
Yes, sir.
Acoustic.
It's ultrasonic sensor, sir.
Okay, ultrasonic sensors. Anyone?
Acoustic sensor.
Acoustic sensor, yes.
Can it be called a biological sensor?
Biologicals, how?
Because it is reading the hand movements. I'm just guessing it.
Okay, but okay, you can say that the biological sensor, but it can measure the hand movement through the different type of the sensors as well. So we can also say that this is the biological sensors. We can say that this is the ultrasonic sensor because it will radiate the sound and check the reflected wave, what are the feedback of the sensors. So we can say this is the PIR sensor as well. It will detect the gesture type of the activity or human activities here. So we can also say that this is the acoustic sensor as well, because echoes are generated when my fingers are near to the thumbs, and it will be far from my thumbs. So we can say that this is the acoustic type of the sensor as well. So I am showing the third figure. We can also say that which this is all, but you can say that this is the temperature sensor. Okay. So fourth figure. Anyone can say that or comment on this particular fourth figure?
Sir, it's a accelerometer sensor, sir.
Okay, accelerometer sensors, we can say that. Any other? I am showing just one figure to you, and I'm not saying this. What are the activities are there? But you can assume that key which sensors we can implement, or we can say use. You can also assume by yourself key which type of
Is it
activities
mechanical sensor?
mechanical sensors. Okay, we can say that because some activities are doing here through the servo type of the motors. Okay, can we say that this is a ECG type of the sensors? Or we can say that this is the flex type of the sensors. When my hand or gesture type of the sensors. When my finger or when my hand is moved, then I am doing some activities on the in the second figure, or we can say that this is the virtual type of virtual or augmented type of the reality. What are I'm doing the activities here, same activities my another robot, or we can say that the another remote module is doing that. So we can say that this is the gesture type of the activity. We can say that this is a ECG sensors. We can say that this is the mechanical switch or electric mechanical type of the sensors. Okay, so in the fourth figure, can anyone say that in the fourth figure?
So it's a PIR motion sensor.
Okay, this is the PIR motion sensors, exactly. Okay, so in the fifth figure, so which type of the sensors here?
Line sensor.
Line sensor.
Color
Okay,
sensor.
this is the line following type of the sensors. Yes, correct. Okay, anyone can give the another comment?
Sir, it is the color sensor.
Okay, color sensor. Also, we can say that this is the color sensor. We can say this is the line following sensor. Yes.
Spectrum
Anyone-
sensor?
any other?
Spectrum?
Yes, please.
Spectrum sensor? Can it be?
Actually, your voice is not clear.
Can it be spectrum sensor?
Okay, yeah, spectrum sensor. We can say that. Okay, any other comment?
So gesture control sensor. So
Gas
color
control
sensor. Color sensor.
Sensors. Someone has already told. Can we say that this is the pattern recognition type of the sensor? It will doing some or draw some pattern. So can we say that this is a pattern recognition type of the sensor?
Yes, yes,
This
you
is
can.
the line for line sensor as well,
Yeah.
because it follow some color or some line. So you can assume that any type of the sensors. Okay. So last figure,
Sir, Sir, is it used in machine drawing for making a drawing of any civil engineer or mechanical engineer? We can use that thing.
yeah, definitely we can use that. I have also told that you have to assume that.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so in the last figure, it is clearly shown.
Conductivity or electric field, is it?
Yeah. So when my torch is on, then the LDR is collecting the light, and it will pass the electrical signal to the controller, and my motor is rotating in some direction. So we can say this is the IR type of the sensor, or type of the
Light
sensor.
sensor, we can say.
Yeah, we can say that this is the light sensors as well. So I have already told so many type of the sensors, but right now I am doing some hands-on type of the practical. Do you have any hands-on practicals in your college, or you have already done? आपने ऐसा कोई practicals किया हुआ है, hands-on practicals you have already done?
No,
Or
sir.
not?
No.
Okay. So I'm just going through the theoretical part too far speedily, because my target is not to do the some theoretical type of the theoretical type of the sessions. So Ampere's law, we have to use the Ampere type of the laws here. In the galvanometer, we can use the Faraday's laws, we can use the Barrow-Savar's law, we can use the Lenz law. When this type of the theoretical we are doing in the practical hands-on, that I will explain you the every laws in the detail. So this is the important point for you, how to choose the sensor. Before choosing the any sensors, you have to do some research type of the activity, or you have to do some activity on which environment you have to use, how much the temperature and humidity will be effect on your projects, what is the size of your sensor and what is the size of your projects, how many power consumptions by your sensor as well as your overall projects, how much cost of the particular sensors, what is the life cycle of your sensors, how you can how much voltage and current you will be passed, what is the stability and sensitivity of the sensor, because sometimes because we are not sending the constant power supply to the sensors or to our project, so it will be some minor deflections and sensitivity, because some 0.1 current or 0.1 ampere or 0.1 voltage, it will be effect on the sensors, so your reading will be drastically change or it will be slowly change. So you have to choose the sensors accordingly based on your projects and based on the characteristic of the sensors. So I am just doing some hands-on practical. So basically, just a minute. Okay. So yesterday I have already sent one mail how to create your account, or how to do the login on the Tinkercad. So basically I am starting some hands-on type of the practical. So do you know basic Arduino board or something about the Arduino board or not? So I will give you some brief intro or brief about the Arduino board or any other controller board. Do you have any basic knowledge about the Arduino board?
No, sir.
So just I will do some fast, I will explain it. Okay, so Arduino board is a microcontroller type of the board. So basically, we can say that this is the brain of your embedded system, or we can say that the embedded system is a combination of your hardware as well as the program. So if you want to develop any small type of the project or the hobby projects, so you have to develop some hardware, or you have to gathering some or assembly of the hardware, and you have to do some mini type of the programming on that, and you can do the work on the embedded system. So basically, Arduino board is a open source type of the board. We can say that it is a small type of the computer board. It is an open source microcontroller board. You can easily, or it will be a plug and play type of the board. I am doing some programming through the plug and play, or some block type of the code is here, as well as you can do some programming as well. So I can say that key Arduino is compatible to your computer basically. So I am comparing this Arduino board with your older version of your computer. So I can say that in this Arduino board, so basically every controller board has a internal RAM, internal storage capacity, internal input and output device. So you can compare it with your computer. So in your computer, basically in your computer there are the 1 or 2 GB type of the RAM is available. Storage capacity you 500 GB or 250 GB, whatever the capacity of your hardware or your hard disk. So in Arduino board we can say that it has a 16 megahertz frequency, or we can say that the RAM of the Arduino board is this is the 16 megahertz. This Arduino board, the storage capacity of the Arduino board is 32 KB. The input and output device for your computer, you are attaching the external devices like your USB mouse, USB keyboard, USB camera, printer, etc. So for particular Arduino board, you can also interface your mobile phone, printer through the different type of the pin. So in the Arduino board, there are the 13 digital input output pin. So for that, using the digital input and output pin, you can interface your external devices like a digital type of the sensor, your digital motors, or any other devices for the transmitting and receiving. Through the transmit and receive pin, you can interface your USB camera, your Bluetooth module, your Zigbee module, and for the it has a 6 analog pin. Through analog pin, you can interface your analog type of the sensor. So we can say that this is a small type of the board compatible to your computer. So there are 100 type of the flavors are available in the market. Arduino Uno, Arduino Mega, Arduino Uno, but I am not going to through the deeply because in the last day you have more session on the Arduino board. So, but basically my idea is to how to do your programming or how to interface the sensor on the Arduino board. So basically this is a smaller version of the Arduino board, and regularly this board is generally used. And for the higher version, we can use the Arduino Mega type of the board because it has a 54 digital input output pin. So you can interface the 54 devices, externally devices. From the outside, it has a 16 analog pin. So you can directly interface the 16 sensor through the single board. While through comparing to the Arduino Uno, you can interface only 6 board with the Arduino Uno, but the size of the Arduino Mega board is some large to compare to the Arduino Uno. Arduino Duo is compatible to the Arduino Mega, but sensitivity and the effective output and its RAM is some different high, but it is input Arduino Duo board has also 54 digital input output pin and 16 analog pin. So Arduino Nano, this is some smaller type of the board. I have already told you in the previously, the size is matter. What is the size of your actual project? So this is compatible to the Arduino Uno board. It has also 13 digital input output pin and 8 analog pin. But you can say that, or you can compare the size of the board, Arduino Uno and Arduino Nano. Arduino Bluetooth is also available. Arduino LilyPad is also available. Arduino LilyPad and Arduino Uno are compatible. Both the facilities are same, but this board is particular in the round shape, and Arduino board is in the rectangular form. Arduino Uno board. So in basic type of the board, the Wi-Fi and the facilities are not available. But Arduino Uno board, the Wi-Fi is inbuilt available. So if you want to do some IoT type of the activity, so you can use the Arduino Uno type of the board. Arduino Mini is compatible to the Arduino Nano. Arduino Bluetooth board, Arduino BT board means Arduino Bluetooth. The Bluetooth is already available in the onboard available. So you can directly interface it with your externally Bluetooth or with your mobile phone. So these are the flavors of the Arduino board. So basically this is your Arduino board. And this is your, I have already say the features of the Arduino board. How many digital input output pin, what is the PWM. There are the 6 PWM type of the pin are also available. So someone has said that we can use the ultrasonic sensor as a input or as a analog sensor as well as the digital sensor. So using the PWM pin, we can interface any type of the sensor as an analog or as a digital sensor. And this is a particularly pin of the Arduino board. So basically my concept is particular this, and based on that you can interface your hardware. So I have already told the Arduino Uno board has a 13 digital input output pin. So 2 से up to 2 number of pin number 2 से लेके pin number 13. 0 and 1 pin is a transmit and receive pin. So using this 2 pin, you can interface your USB devices like a USB keyboard, USB mouse, USB camera. You can also interface your Bluetooth device, your Zigbee devices. Total 6 analog pin are available in a board. So total 6 analog sensors you can interface with the Arduino board. So this is a power point. So externally these are the 2 ground signal. Through 5-point power supply you can give the 5.5 voltage power supply to your actuator as well as the sensors. Here we have one more facilities available on the Arduino board, the 3.3 externally voltage supply, because some of the sensors require only 3 volt or 3.3 volt. So you can directly give the power supply to particular this point. So every controller or every processor has a reset pin. So compared to your computer, we are doing a interrupt type of the function. What do interrupt means? You have to stop at any program at any time. So in our computer, we are press this 3 pin, alter, control and delete. Then our task manager will be open and we are closing our, when our computer will be hang, then we are doing alter, control and delete. So this is a software type of the, we can say that this is a software interrupt, we can say that, or a reset we can say. And in the computer, we have a reset pin in our CPU. Yeah, ma'am. So same like in an Arduino board, we have a reset type of the button. When you are pressing this button, so your program will be directly starting with the 0 point. So if you have any doubt, so you can say that, then we are directly move on the hands-on type of that practical session. Do you have any doubt to understand if any sensor or any pin of the Arduino board? Anyone? Okay. So directly we are moving to the practical type of the session. My screen is visible.
No, sir. Yes, sir.
No, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
No, sir. Only black.
Just a minute. Okay. So you have to log in on your Tinkercad account, and on the left and bottom upper corner you have a Tinkercad symbols here, and in that particular block you have to go to the circuit and create a new circuit. So I have already developed some circuits here, but we are doing the fresh activity here. So basically we are interface our LDR sensor to the Arduino board. So this is your blank screen are available. So On the right hand side, you have basic type of the components are also available. So in that you are seeing that this is the resistors, this is the resistor, LED is available here, push button is available here, this is the potentiometer. So we can say that this is the one type of the sensor. When you are rotating, or you can say this is the variable type of the resistor. We can say this is the variable type of the resistor. Also you are using this sensor as a switch. So when you are rotating the potentiometer or from one direction to another direction, it will change its reading, and based on the reading you can do or experiment on your real time of the hardware. So capacitor is available, slider switch is available, battery is available, Arduino board, vibration sensor is available, different actuator is also available, like servo motor, DC motor, transistor is also available, different type of the sensor is available. One is the photoresistor, we can say this is the LDR sensor, ultrasonic sensor, PIR sensor, and temperature sensors. So basically we are doing the 4 experiment here, or 5 experiment or 5 sensor we will interface with our Arduino board. So first we are interface with the LDR sensor. So just drag and drop your Arduino board. Just drag and drop your Arduino board. Your potentiometer, or you can say this is your LDR sensors, you can drag and drop. And this is your resistor. So basically, this is your resistor. You can rotate your resistors through the rotating symbol. And first of all, you have to measure the reading of the LDR key, what are the reading of the LDR, and based on that, we will turn on and off our LED. So basically, this is the terminal which will be directly interface with our power supply. So I am directly this terminal interface with the power supply. Second number of the terminal, it will goes to the resistor, and the value of the resistor is 10 kilo. And the second terminal of the resistor is, it will be goes to the ground of the terminal. And from this point, my MLF pin I will be interface with the resistor. So I am just changing the color of the wire. So this is my positive terminal, so I am doing the red color here. This is my negative terminal, so I am changing the color to the ground terminal or negative terminal. So this is my signal point, so I can change the color of the orange color. So this is my hardware connections. Do you have any doubts in hardware connection? Your basically Arduino board is fixed. We have to interface the different type of the sensor with the Arduino board. In the LDR, we have a 2 terminal. So this is the terminal number 1 and this is the terminal number 2. There is no negative terminal and no positive terminal. So you can interface any terminal with the positive and any terminal with the negative terminal. But make sure you have to put the resistor in between, because you have to control your voltage which are passing through the LDR. So basically we are giving the 5 volt to the LDR through the 10 kilo ohm resistor. So we have done with the hardware part. So now we are doing our programming. So basically we have a 2 type of the programming. One is the assembly language, or we can say is the embedded C, and second is available in the drag and drop. Block are also available in the Tinkercad. So we are using here the available block. So basically, click on the code, delete all the blocks which are already your program. Delete the blocks. We have to create 2 variable here because we have to measure the value of the sensor. So we are creating the two. It's on the create a variable, write a sensor, create one variable sensor. The name of the variable is a sensor. We have created also one variable, another variable, the value of the value, because we have to measure the we have to read the value of the sensor. So basically we have to do the drag and drop, set the sensor to, we have attached this sensor to the analog pin 0. So this is our input device. So go to the input box, read the digital pin or read the analog pin. This is the analog pin. So read the analog pin A0, A1, A2, A5 you can select. If you are using A1 or A2 pin, so basically I have put the value, set the value, and I am just print my value, whatever I have received. So I am just what I have received. So particular this reading I will display on my particular serial port. So when I press the start the simulations, it will give the reading. So my initialization is started. So it will give me the 54 reading. So we have to the reading is too fast. So if we are putting the delay here, so delay is a millisecond, or you can say this is a 100 millisecond or 1 second, whatever you want. So when you start the simulation, so reading will be displayed in the slower. So when you click on the sensor and when you change the brightness, so reading will, my reading will of the sensor will be changed. The reading of my sensor will be changed. So based on the reading, you can control your device or you can control your robot. So I am I have done one experiment right now. Keep like your line following robot. Keep already I have shown one figure. Keep my robot will follow the blue line. So there are if you want to do the line following type of the robot, so you have to put the two type of the sensors here, and based on the reading you can pass this control to the motors for the forward going, or you have to rotate the left or right. So basically right now I am doing this practical with the LED. If my reading is greater than 500, then my LED will just doing this control with my LED. I am interfacing the LED. So this is my cathode terminal and this is my anode terminal. So cathode terminal is directly connected with the ground terminal. So this is the ground terminal. And my resistor will be, you can interface the positive terminal of the LED with the any point 7, 8, or you can say this is any point digital pin up to 2 to 30. So we have to do some programming here. For example, we have to condition type of the example condition we have to put. So if what is my condition? If my sensor reading, so I have to put the sensor, my sensor reading is greater than 800, then I have to do the control on my LED. So my pin number, set the pin. I have attached this LED with the pin number 7. So sorry, this is the PWM block code. So I have to set the pin number 7 with the high. Or you can use the else step of the programming as well. If and else loop you can control. So basically I have considered this block here, And same, if my reading is less than 800, then my pin number 7 will be low. So I have did one program. If the light will be transfer on the LDR, it will collect the value in the form of the light. It will pass this light signal to the controller board, and my controller will control the LED. If my reading will be greater than 800, then my LED will be on. So basically my reading will be 54, so my LED will be off conditions. If my reading will be greater than 800, then my LED will be on. So the intensity of the LED is low. So what I have to do, because my resistor value is 1 kilo, so you have to put the value of the resistors between 100 ohm to the 560 ohm. So basically what generally we are using the 330 ohm here. And then I will start my program here. So it will be, my LED will be on. So you can do this type of the experiment at your home as well, or you are also seeing this practical at your street light. In the evening your light will be automatically on, and in the morning the light will be automatically off. So in our college we can say that we have a street light in our parking area. When in the evening, so the light will be automatically on, and the morning the light will be automatically off. We have also interface our PIR sensor. In the late night, no one are going to the parking, so in the college parking, so light will be off. So when the movement of the any animal or movement of any or particular human, so light will be automatically on. So you can use these sensors at your hobby projects, as well as you can put this sensor at in the small type of the projects as well. So do you have any doubts? So you can do and do the practice, take the practice sessions here. And if you do not have any doubts, so then we are moving to the another sensor. Do you have any doubt?
No, sir.
Okay, so shall we move to the another? Okay. So secondly,
excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
Resistor, how to make it horizontal? When we are connecting it, it is vertical, no? The instrument.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So this is the vertical. In the your left hand upper corner, we have a button to rotate the any devices. So when you press the rotate button, then it will be move horizontally or at any particular angle.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Okay. So basically, I have developed one program here. So I am just showing this. This is the line following type of the robot. Okay. So I have put my two sensors at here, and when it will be light will be incident, or I have capture the light, then I have passed this control to the my motor, and my motor will be rotate left or right direction. So based on this, you can follow your robot, or you can make it the line following type of the robot. So I'm just starting my simulation. So my motor will be rotated in a single opposite direction. So this will be the minus 143 RPM, and this is 140 positive 143 RPM. So once light will be directly pass on that, then the rotation of my motor will be different. So you can say that initially the rotation of the motor is minus 153, So right now the rotation of the motor is 0 or 143. So you can change the direction of your motor. So based on that, you can control your line following type of the robot. So we are moving to the another example. So the example is the ultrasonic sensor. I am deleting these things. Okay. So basically you have to drag and drop of the ultrasonic sensor here. So 4-pin sensor is also available and 3-pin ultrasonic sensor is also available. But generally we are using the 4-pin ultrasonic sensor because it has a different pin compared to the 3-pin, because in a signal pin, because ultrasonic sensor is work on the sound wave, it will transmit the sound in a particular direction and it will receive, the receiver will receive. This is the transmitter and this is the receiver. Transmitter will transmit the sound wave signal up to a particular frequency. So frequency is between 35 kilohertz to the 40 or 45 kilohertz, whatever sensors you have purchased from the market. But generally 40 kilohertz frequency it will be transmit to the environment, and receiver will receive the signal to the environment, and based on that we can measure the distance for the distancing or obstacle avoidance type of the robot. So basically this is a VCC pin. So VCC pin is directly connected to the 5-volt power supply. Ground pin is connected with the ground. Trigger pin and echo pin. So trigger pin will be connected to the pin number 3, or you can use any pin of the between 2 to 3 of the Arduino board. So I am using the pin number 3 and pin number 4 here. So this is my hardware connection, and you have to do the programming. So basically this is my program. So I am just deleting this, and you have to just have create one variable. This is the value of the variable is value, and you have to do the programming here. So basically this is your output device or input device. So basically you have to set your ultrasonic sensor. So your ultrasonic sensor is a input, your ultrasonic sensor is a digital type of the sensor or analog type of the sensor. First of all, your ultrasonic sensor is a digital type of the sensor or
digital.
analog type?
Sir, it's a analog type sensor.
Analog or digital?
Sir, it's an analog type sensor.
How you can say that this is the analog type of the sensor?
So because right now you are using the PWM pins.
Okay. So basically we are using here the PWM pin. So through the PWM pin, I have already told you in the previous, through the PWM pin you can convert any analog type of the sensor into the digital, and digital sensor into the analog pin. So here I have to capture the range of the particular signal. So I am using this digital type of the sensor to the analog type of the sensor, because I have to capture the range of the sensor. So basically I use this particular block here, set the value, or we can create the one another value. This is the sensor type or ping type of the variable here, ping sensor. So set the ping sensor to the digital pin. So we have to set the pin. So digital read pin or digital write pin. We have to use particular this pin here. So set the pin. So read the pin. you have interfaced this analog pin to the pin number 3. So we have captured the here, and whatever you want to, we have to display what are the currently reading is available on the particular block. So we are using some same type of the whatever we have received the reading on the sensor or controller. So we have directly displayed to the on our serial port monitor. So
Their power optimization.
yeah, please. So this is the basic type of the program is available. So you can control your sensor, or you can, based on the reading, you can control the your motor or as well as the LED. So basically,
Minimize optimization.
Yeah, please.
Minimizing the previous thing and getting smaller thing. Optimization.
Satish sir. Hello. So I have write one program for here. This is a 3-pin analog sensor, and when I start my simulations, so it will just give me the reading. So this is the one. Okay, this is the range of my sensor. So particularly, the range of particular ultrasonic sensor is 4 centimeter to the 4 meter. So when we are using the sensor for the obstacle avoidance, so basically we are using two sensor at the same time, ultrasonic sensor as well as
आप सहयोग नहीं कर रहे बच्चों क्या
Atul sir, please can you please mute your mic?
There is lot of disturbance.
Hello, Atul sir.
बड़ी बात पड़ती है हेलो
Okay. Hello. Okay. So when you are using the, or when you are developing your project for the
नंबर एक बार आप एलिजिबल नहीं हो, नंबर दो बार मैं आपको बार-बार कहता था कि पढ़ाने से बात कर लो, आपने इसको पोस्ट कर दिया।
Okay. So basically, if you are developing your project for the obstacle avoidance type of the robot, so generally we are using the two type of the sensors at the same time, because the range of the ultrasonic sensor is 4 centimeter to the 4 meter. So 0 to 4 centimeters, you can see here, 0 to 4 centimeter is the dead zone. So if any of the object between 0 centimeter to the 4 centimeter, so particular that time you cannot measure the any obstacle or particularly in front of the sensor. So what we are doing, we are putting the analog sensor at a same point, because the range of the analog sensor is 0 centimeter to 10 centimeter. So you can, what are the dead zone here? So you can overcome this dead zone to the measurement zone. So you can overcome this disadvantages of the ultrasonic sensor. And particular, if you are using the obstacle type of the sensors, then what we are doing this, we have to use the 3 type of the sensor or at the same time, because you are seeing here, this is the middle point, and the flare angle of this particular sensor is the 30 degree. The 15 degrees from middle point to here, and 15 degrees middle point to the left hand side, and 15 degrees from the right hand side. So the overall area it will cover, this is the 30 degree. So outside the range, you cannot measure the distance, or this is the outside of the range. So what we are doing this, we have to use the 3 type of the sensors. Just I am do some experiment. This is the third sensor, and this is the another sensor, and particular you have to put the sensors at a particular this range and sorry. So this is your second sensor and this is your third sensor. So okay. So when you are developing your obstacle avoidance type of the robot, so you have to do your hardware connection at a particular this type. So when you are directly do or when you are run your program, so you can cover your dead zone. So we can do this type or this type of the arrangement. So when your object will be come to the in between place, I am saying that what I can say that just a minute. I will explain you through the paint. Okay. So this is my 180 degree. I have put my sensor here. I have put my sensor here, and my sensor will capture the 30 degree from this place to this place and this place to this place. So this is the 30 degree range. So my sensor will cover only this 30 degree. So what I will do, I will put another sensor here. So I have put my another sensors at particular these positions, and this is the middle point of your sensor. If this is your middle point of your sensor, so what it will be do is this from the middle point it will cover this 30 degree here, and the 30 degree is here. And I have put another sensor here. My screen is visible.
Unable to see anything.
Your screen is not visible, sir.
Yes, sir. Now it is visible.
So yes, I'm just explaining it. Assuming that this is my particular rectangular or square type of the robot, I have developed this. This is my robot, and I have put one sensor at the front side. I have put my sensor at here. So this is the middle point of the sensor. This is the middle point of your sensor, and my sensor will capture only the 30 degree from the middle point. So the 15 degree from this point and 15 degree from this point. So this one sensor will measure only this 30 degree. So I have to, if I am I have developing this robot for the obstacle avoidance type of the robot. So I have to measure this environment also. So what I am doing this, I have put another sensor, particular in this direction, and assuming that this is the middle. Just a minute. Okay. Okay, I have put my sensor at a particular 30 degree angle, and assuming that this is the middle point of my sensor. Sorry. This is the middle point. So this sensor will detect this 30 degree as well as this 30 degree. Same, I will put my another sensor here at particular this direction, and it will also, this is the, if this is the middle point of your particular sensor, so it will detect this 15 degree as well as this 15 degree. So overall I will cover 0 to 180 degree. So I have put my sensor in particular this way. I can cover all the 360 degree. So basically what we are doing this, we have to interface this the three sensor, and one disadvantage is that your ultrasonic sensor will not detect the 0 to 4 centimeter range of the object. If your object will be between 0 to 4 centimeters, so your ultrasonic sensor will not be detected. So for that we have to use the one another sensor. This is the IR, for name of the sensor is the IR sensor. So the range of the IR sensor is 0 to 180 degree. So what we are doing this, I have to put my sensor in a such a way I can cover all the type of the range, or I can capture the whole 180 degree. So for example, if particular in this example, we have to use the 6 type of the sensor, 3 IR sensor as well as 3 ultrasonic sensor. But I will use another example. If this is my robot and I will put my ultrasonic sensor at particular this point. I will put my ultrasonic sensor, and range particular distance of this sensor is, assuming that this is the 3 centimeter, assuming that this is the 3 centimeter, and after 3 centimeter I am put my sensor here. So what it will be do, 0 to 4 centimeter it is your blind zone, so your particular this sensor will not be detected, but after that it will be detected. So after 3 centimeter I put my sensor, and I have put one motor here, one motor, and on the motor I have mounted my one sensor, and my motor will be rotate 0 to 180 degree. I am using the servo type of the motor. It will be rotate 0 to 180 degree. So my ultrasonic sensor will rotate and it will be cover particularly this to this point. So initially it will be cover this 30 degree. When my motor will be rotated in another angle or some 45 point of angle, so it will be detect this 30 degree angle, then it will be rotate to the negative, then it will be detect this 30 degree of the angle. So I can cover, so I have used only 4 pin of my controller board, 2 pin for the motor and 2 pin for the sensor. And cover only 4 pin, and I will cover my whole distance as well as I cover the 0 to 180 degree. And here, this is another example. I have used 6 sensor, total three sensor of the ultrasonic. So it will be cover the 6 pin of the digital pin as well as 3 analog type of the sensor. So it will be used the 3 analog pin. So I have utilized my total 7 to 8 pin of my controller board. So I cannot do another function if I want to do. So this is the best example. So you have to assuming that, or you have to think about by yourself what are the theoretical limitations of particular sensor and what is the benefit of particular sensor. So based on that, you can mount your, or you can develop your own hardware. So this is one another type of the example. So one more. Okay. So I have already told you we can. My screen is shared. This is not visible.
Sir, again the screen is not clear.
Yeah. So you have to mount the ultrasonic sensor in such a way that it will cover the whole 0 to 180 degree outer side. So this is one type of the ultrasonic sensors. Example I have already told. You can for the capturing you can use one LED for the indication point. You can also use the buzzer for the indication point when the for example key, this is your harmful distance. If you are distant, I'm just doing some minor changes in my programming. Okay, LED I have on and off. If the centimeter is okay. I have also doing these things, also done. This is a positive. Okay. So basically, I have wrote this program in such a way, if my distance is less than 100 centimeter, or you can say my distance between the robot and sensor is 1 meter, then it will be indication through the LED. So this is a sensor. So you can see here, here my distance is 80 centimeter, then my LED will be on. If my distance is more than 100 centimeter, then my LED will be off. So you can also interface the buzzer here. So this is a buzzer. I am interfacing these things into the 13 pin, and the negative terminal I have connected with the ground terminal. So when this is when the harmful distance will be covered, then your buzzer will be also indication. Give the indication. If my distance is more than 100 centimeter, then my indication will be off. Same things we can use for the ultra PIR sensor. So I have also developed this sensor is also available, and I have also done some of the experiment, and this is a open source. So I have this example is also available. You can directly search it out from here. If you search my name, so you can easily find my all available or all public example. So I have developed some more type of the example. This is another example. Based on this is a real example. Based on the distance, my motor direction will be changed. So we can say that this is a ultrasonic sensor, or we can say obstacle avoidance type of the robot. So you can see here. My motor will be rotated in some point, and my I have indication. I got the indication. If my safer distance is less than some point, then it will be give me the indication through the red LED, as well as my robot will be stopped. So another, my robot will be traveling slowly. So you can the speed of the motor will be increased. So this type of the experiment you can do at your home place, or you can directly, because we have limited time, so I cannot do the hands-on type of the experiment, or we cannot work or do the experiment together. So till now, do you have any doubts? So I can give you one more interfacing of the sensor. So this is the till type of the sensor. And this sensor will be used for aerodynamics as well as your balancing type of the robot. If you are developing your robot in a on a two-wheeler, and if you balancing your if you want to balance of your robot, then this is some analog type of the sensor. I'm just some basic example here. So this is the assembly C. So I am remove it. Okay. So I am removing this programming. I am using the block code here. Some simple type of the example. I have to create the variable. The variable is the sensor, or you can use a sensor or variable, whatever you want. Till. So till sensor, this is I have connected it with the pin number 2. So read the digital pin number 2, and directly I am using the if else condition. If my sensor will be rotated up to some certain point, then my LED will be on or LED will be off. So you can use block and tags. So automatically, whatever I have wrote this programming here, so you can see here this particular programming here. So if I am putting the condition here, the condition 1 is less than 1. So my condition is the sensor reading is less than or something, some point. I am using, for example, or equal to, I am using the example, equal to type of the example, or you can use the high one, low type of the example. My till sensor is, it will be high, then my LED will be on. So set the pin, LED will be high. My LED is connected with the pin number 13. So pin number 13 will be high, and it will be, if tilde is not there, then pin number 13 will be low. Simple type of the programming here. So I have already wrote this programming. 2 number pin, 13 number pin. You can say here pin number 2 is the input, pin number 13 is the output. I have used pin number 2. 2 means tilde pin is the input, LED is the output. Reading, or I have used the variable here is the reading, but we have used here as a tilde sensor, digital read. So whatever you will, the block code as well as your text programming, both are the same, but this is a simple type of the example is available. If you are boring to write a long type of the example, so you can use the drag and drop type of the example. One more software is available, that is the mBlock. So through the mBlock it is also available as an open source. So you can, whatever you have write this program, you can load this program to your Arduino board on the real time and do the practical in the real time. So basically, so this is the tilting type of the sensor. So when I will tilt, so my LED will be on and off. So balancing type of the robot you can develop here. Here I have interfaced the LED, but you can put your DC motor or your stepper motor here, and based on the rotations, you can control or you can balancing of your robot. So this is the third type of the sensors we have interface. Till now, do you have any doubts? Because time is too short, so I am just showing the experiment and experimental here. Do you have any doubts? So this is, or I can show you the last example. So this is a temperature based sensor. Till now, do you have any doubts?
Excuse me, sir. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, take care from Punjab.
Yes, sir. You can develop your own sensor as well.
The simplest sensor with the materials.
Sir, but for which sensor you want to develop? Basically, if okay, so I will give you some example. So IR type of the sensor. Okay, this module is already available in the market, right? This module is available in the market. This is your photodiode, and this is your IR LED. We have also developed this sensor at our place. Whatever you want to do, you have to purchase IR LED and IR photodiode, and you have to do some PCB, or you have to develop some PCB type of the sensor, and you have to put LM317 type of the ICs. Here we have put the potentiometer. particular, they are using the potentiometer, but we have used LM type of the ICs. The IC is also available here. I'm showing you. This is your variable type of the IC, or you can control your voltage LN using LM317. The IC is also available. So this IC is also available. So basically you have to interface it and you have to do some, basically you have to do first of all on the breadboard, as well as after then you have to mount it on the GPU board, and after then you can develop your own PCB. So basically your target should be clear, key what you want to do, which type of the sensors you want to develop, and based on that you have to do some reverse engineering, which type of the modules I will be used. For example, I have already told you, if you develop higher type of the sensors, then two devices are required. Here they are using the photodiode, but you can also use the TSOP type of the sensors. I am here and TSOP. So you can use also, this is a TSOP type, because this is it will give you the filter output. So you can also use as a receiver. This is your IR LED, and you as a receiver you can also use the TSOP type of the receiver. Receivers are available. You can use the LDR as a receiver. I have shown you this is a photodiode. Here they are using the photodiode as a receiver. You can also use the TSOP as a receiver. It will give you the filter output. You can also use the LDR sensor as a receiver. So in this particular module, they are using the LDR. So based on that, you have to do some reverse type of the engineering. What is your goal? What is your transmitter device and what is your receiver device, and what are the available component with you, or what should be the availability of the component, and based on that you can develop your own sensor. So anyone has any questions? So I can give you some another example, and then we can wind up the session. Okay. So one more and the last example. This is a temperature sensor. I have done the experiment on this, and I have calibrated, because in the sensors you have to do the calibrations, and I have calibrated the sensors, and it will give me the exact reading. The range of the particular sensor is -40 degree to the 140 degree. So basically, if I am removing this block, then it will give me the random reading. Here the reading is 25 or -10 degree, but the exactly reading will be, it will give me the -9 degree. So it will give me the 62 degree, because I have did the calibration here. If I am removing this block, then it will be not work. So here, if I am do the rotation, so it will give me the exactly reading 67 degree at the temperature, and here I can also receive the 67. If I change the reading, then sensor give me the 33 degree, and on the serial monitor I have received the 34 degree temperature. -7 degrees. So exactly I have received the 7 degree. When the range will be on the high side, then my plus or minus 1 centigrade, I have received the error. But initially, it will give me the exact reading, whatever the sensor will be measure, and it will give me the exact reading here. So based on that, do you have any doubts now? Hello?
No, sir.
Okay. So, thank you, everyone. Actually, I have decided to one type of the experiment. I will explain you how to do the programming and how to interface with the sensor, but some of the shortage time, some short time, so we can not do the hands-on practical here. So thank you, everyone. If you have any questions, so I have already sent my number to you yesterday, so you can call me.
Thank you so much, sir, for such a wonderful session. And I hope everyone, every participant is valuable, benefited from your session. And now I would like to call Mr. Yogesh for the vote of thanks. Mr. Yogesh.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Dr. Raj Haqqani, Gujarat, from Gujarat Technological University, Ahmedabad. His topic was interfacing of sensor with robots. He tells about the sensor and the detectable phenomenon and various types of sensors such as patterns, IR, PCB, LDR type sensor, theoretical type sensor, and how to choose the sensor depends upon the cost and availability in the market, temperature range, and humidity, etc. Now Arduino sensor and Arduino storage capabilities, Arduino flavors, features of Arduino UNO boards, explained with the help of practical and programming. Sir has presented virtual lab session very nicely and clearly. Thank you, Dr. Raj Haqqani sir. This session was very informative. He elaborates each points very clearly. Thanks once again to all the participants to listen carefully. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you so much, sir, for giving the vote of thanks to Dr. Raj. So thank you so much, Haqqani sir, for giving us such a wonderful session. And I hope every participant has benefited from your session. And now it's time to take a break.